Okay, we are live.
Hey everyone.
Oh, I can see you now.
Welcome to the 4 o'clock live. I'm here in Florida in beautiful Sorrento, and we've been here for a while. My husband and I own a portrait studio on the Jersey Shore, and currently are not open, so I've been doing 4 o'clock painting. And thanks for joining us. And we've been going around the countryside doing all kinds of cool paintings of different scenes, and I'm going to pick up where I left off on this one, but I'm going to have to, we're near the pool of my in-laws' house, and it's beautiful, but I see a storm coming and I feel sprinkles, so I'm just going to move back a little bit. So bear with me a moment.
Uh-oh. Perfect.
Yeah, see how that goes.
It's like you're praying to the sun god.
Yeah, I just want to move everything in here, because it like rains every 5 minutes here in Florida, and then the sun comes out.
Yeah, which is
Weird.
it's only going to get worse later today, which is why we're here and not on location. Anybody want to jump in the pool?
I'm just going to turn this a little bit. That's better. Okay, so a few days ago, if you've been following my husband and I, we went to Mount Dora, and I've done a few different things, and I started a painting, and we saw a little alligator down in here.
Yes, we did.
So that you can watch the live of that. I quickly printed this out on just computer paper, just paper, copy paper, and as a reference so that I can continue on. I also have my iPad with the photograph on it for color, but right now I can have my own color. I just want to get a little more into detail with this. So what I'm going to do, pull my chair over here, and I'm working with acrylics. So I'm just going to continue on with this painting and just kind of tape this up here.
What are you taping?
I am taping the picture of what I'm painting.
Oh, you're just taping it up.
Yeah.
I thought you were taping the canvas.
No. I'm just gonna go boop right there. I'm not even like it. Keep it down for a minute, because. All right. So I got my paper towels. Always have your paper towels. I have all my brushes here. I have my bucket of paints.
It is a bucket. Here,
Kinda,
here I gotta
it's
show.
kinda
I'm
messy.
showing.
No,
No,
it's
okay,
kinda
all right,
messy.
never mind.
Alright, so I've got that. Got my canvas here. Got
I don't
my
know if
coffee.
you have enough brushes. To be honest with you.
Before we left, and I was painting in New Jersey.
Look at that palette.
This is nice.
Mm.
I had my coffee and my water next to each other, and before we left from New Jersey a few weeks ago, I dipped my paintbrush in my coffee.
Yeah, it sounds a tragic loss of caffeine.
That was awful. Anyway, as long as it wasn't wine, right?
Mm.
Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I'm just going to continue on. I have to put the little lighthouse in and different things. So I'm just going to get a few colors on my palette, which I want some white, because there's a lot of reflection in here, and it has like a hint of blue to it. It's not a pure white. It's reflection from the sky. So that's going to be my first little bit here. And I'm going to pick a pretty brush here. That's my awesome little brush here. And I'm just going to add a little white and, let's see, a little bit of blue. So let me just put that down here for a second. Tiny bit of blue. This is like a sky blue. And a little bit of ultramarine.
I should go on this side, maybe. There we go.
Up to you.
Yeah, I think it works better.
Get a little ultramarine here, just a tad.
Look at this palette, where it's turning into a consistent color of mud. Right here. Like a muddy green. Look at all these.
A little bit of Payne's Gray, which looks like black, but it's not.
So all the colors that we're using right now are there.
Unless I change my mind.
And then we have all these dried up ones over here. It's a mess. It's all right. It should be a mess.
So I'm just mixing a little bit in here.
That's a lot of white.
Well, it's not pure white. It's got grays and blues mixed in here, so it's not pure white. It's like a blue white. Don't dip it in the coffee. So I'm just continuing on with adding the, I'll go back and do the little dark areas too. And it stopped raining. It's a little humid out here though.
It's not bad.
Not too bad.
At home, it's 90 degrees. I
Is it really?
I believe, and it's raining.
You gotta make sure you put the air on in the
Oh, it's
house.
always on. I don't
In
know.
the house. Okay. It's funny how like it looks like nothing, just kind of very, I don't know. What's the word? I'm trying to think.
It's just like blocks of color right now.
Yeah, and then as you keep adding, it comes to life. Just little bit by little bit. Can hear the water in the background of the pool, the fountain there. Kind of relaxing.
It's the hot tub.
So I'm just adding in white areas. Oopsies. I'll go over that in a minute. Thing is, if you make a little mistake, you could always just go back over it and it's all good. Don't forget the sides.
Yeah, we were gonna go on location today, but the rain.
Yeah, the rain has been an issue. I guess this is the rainy season down here.
Apparently.
That's okay.
Either that or Florida doesn't like us one of the two.
It's the rainy season. It's fine. It's all good. Paint a little gator in there that we saw.
You want to paint the gator in? I'm gonna switch sides. All right, we can paint the gator in. Or are we gonna paint the big one that we saw? And we saw like a 10-footer.
Yeah.
Or are we gonna put in the little itty bitty one we saw?
Oh, itty bitty one.
Actually, we were doing a family portrait last night on wasn't it Brantley, on a house on Brantley Lake,
Yeah, it was cool.
and there was a gator.
Yeah.
Theresa saw a gator.
Yep.
Yes. A small one. But then there were kids, like, went by, swimming right past
I was
us.
like, oh my god, I'd never swim in there.
No. We just saw
a lot of.
They didn't seem to care.
They didn't. You wouldn't catch me in there.
No.
So, yeah, just coming to life a little bit here. I'll be adding in just a little.
Tomorrow the weather's supposed to be really good.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Good.
So we gotta figure out where we're gonna go. In the Mount Dora. Maybe go back there or
I don't know.
somewhere else we can go. Do you hear my stomach rumbling? That was my
I
stomach
did.
rumbling.
Did you not eat?
I ate earlier, but I haven't eaten in a while because we're going out. So.
We are?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm saving my appetite.
I didn't know that.
Yes. I didn't either until about an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
I was told
Okay.
by the powers that be.
Okay, so I'm looking in here. It's a little more of the lighter color and just a little bit of the dark. So that's what I'm going to work on a little bit here. airplanes. When we first arrived, there were no airplanes. And now
Yes.
there's tons of them going over the house over from the Orlando airport. So lots of air flights are in and out here. So that's good to see. It's looking pretty good, right?
Yeah, we still have to add the a lot of stuff in the background there in the lighthouse and walkway and whatnot.
I do.
But it's a nice one.
I do. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a rest and work on some other little bit of areas. Let's see. Do some of the grass. Do a little light area for the lighthouse. Let me just take a little sip of coffee here.
That's not fair.
I mean, well, you've been here the whole time. You could have had coffee. I was roaming all over the place with Chloe. A little bit of green. A little bit of olive green. What else?
Those greens don't look that different.
They are. One's a cold green, one's a warm green.
There we go.
And a little raw burnt umber.
Oh, the dreaded burnt umber.
That's the one you like.
I like that.
And I need a little dark brown because in here, in this area, you see a little dark brown. So a little dark brown, and I have a little black. Just gonna do a little dark brown here. And then let's see which brush. I think this brush would be kind of cool.
The fan brush.
Little fan brush. How are we on time? We good?
Oh, we got plenty.
Okay. Usually I'm always like, oh, wow, it's already half an hour. Just taking a little bit of dark areas. I'm just putting just different colors in here. There. I feel better about that. Okay.
Well, I'm glad you feel better about it.
Just want a little bit of, probably should use a different brush, but let's see. Just a little bit there. Okay. Change my brush to, let's see, I want something thin and long. Here we go. This one's nice. Has a little give to it, but not too much. It's not too soft. So I'm going to go back in here. Just give a little bit of water, a little bit of brown, a little bit of black, a little bit of water. I want it to be very loose. And there's like an edge right here to this little area here. Doesn't that make a huge difference? Gives a little bit of depth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all little things.
It's the little things. And then I'm just putting in darker areas here for the rocks, because I know that there's little nooks and crannies in the rocks. Put some light areas in there too in a minute. What the difference is being underneath the canopy here at your parents' house is that when you're outside, there's like bugs, you know? So there's no bugs. Usually I'm like, oh, there's a bug. This whole blue is going to be gone in a little while, so don't get attached to it. Let's go a little bit of white in here, little white areas for the rocks. Grays, whites, blacks. A little more white. Very cool, right?
Mm.
And then we've got a little green on top of there. I want to darken up that green just a tad.
Where?
Oh, a little dark in there. A little darker green. Just a little bit. Bring it down. Whoops, that's too dark. Hold on. There we go. Oh, grass out there. Let's go over here, a little darker green. We got some darks. Let's see where we're gonna put this lighthouse. We've got red. Excuse me, honey. Let me get some red here.
Red.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do the lighthouse.
Yeah, red enough. Red. Just a little bit over here. I don't need much. Okay, so it's like it's not a bright red. It's like, well, this is a computer paper printout, so if I look at it over here, it's a real red. So that's just a reference. Tone it down just a tad.
Go back over here. It's a better angle.
Okay, so we got a little. Whoop. Oh,
You did it.
I did. There's a little red, right?
It's a little red in your coffee right now. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You just stuck it right in there.
Don't ever do this. Look. Big no-no. No. All right, well, what are you going to do?
I'll still drink it.
She's still drinking it. All right, let's get some white. It's the bottom of it. You can always tweak that little red, a little bit for the red, but let's go back over to the red. Let's fix that little bottom.
So what cleans a brush better, water or coffee?
That's funny. Just want a little bit of white over here. Sorry about my hand. Okay, I can always fill that in just a little bit more, but I just wanted basic. Back to red. Which is here. There's a really loud bird over there. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he sounds beautiful. I'll take a tinier brush and get in a little bit closer later. I'm just trying to get the basic in there. And also then it's not just straight color. You've got lighter areas of like a little highlight and shadow even on the lighthouse itself. Just gonna get a little white over here. Just kind of filling it in just a little bit. It's a cute little lighthouse. I wonder if it lights up at night.
I don't know. I don't know if it's for operational or is it just more decorative.
A lot of boats come in there, so I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, back to white. And then red. I tell you, it's very different painting outdoors than being at home in my art studio. It's very new to us. We figured let's take it on the road and just have a great time with it. So it's very different than in controlled indoors. You have everything at your fingertips. It's always in the same spot, mostly.
The lighting doesn't change.
Lighting, the humidity and the rain and whatnot is elements to work with.
Bugs landing on your painting, getting stuck.
That's happened a few times.
Should we paint over that little skeeter or should we just
I know.
try and fleck them off?
I know. It's been interesting. Okay, getting there. Let's add a little bit more white here too. Okay, a little more red. Let's mix that a little bit right there.
The hand is sticking to the...
I know, it's a little humid here. Well, I did paint there and it's not completely dry. But I need to put my finger somewhere. Here's up dry, here's up, this spot's dry. But I'm using it because my hand is not as steady as I want it to be. That's the issue. So I'm using my little pinky finger to keep me steady in the dry area by the trees. And a little dot of black. Messed up here a little bit. There. Okay. Then we've got a little bit of black right there in the top. It's like a little ledge, I guess. Some sort of little ledge.
It's the base of the light tower.
Yeah. So I'm just going to do a little black. Then a little more white. Okay, and then, I don't know what color that is if you look on the iPad. Let me look on the iPad really quick here. Let's see. It's like I don't know what color that is. It's like a...
Silver?
Like a yellowish.
Yellow?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a screen or something up there. I don't know. Let's go with a little bit of raw sienna.
No burn umber?
No. Maybe it's like a screen up there around the light or something. I don't know.
Probably.
It's kinda wild. A little shaky hand. So I have to go back and do the black again a little bit. That's okay. I'll use a tinier brush. Get in there. Okay, and we put the little top on there. That looks bluish to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like a blue.
Let me come around here again. Let's see this.
Right, it's kind of bluish. Little top.
Yeah.
You know what, I'm gonna make it blue. However blue I want it to be.
There you go.
So I don't have to match it exactly.
No, you don't.
I can make it any color I want, but we'll have to have a tiny brush for that little lines. Let's see if I can get this. Can always tweak it a little bit too.
Getting there.
Yeah,
Gotta do some tweaking.
I will. No worries.
There's the top of this lighthouse there. And there's like a little fence around the bottom or something. I don't know what that is.
I'm not getting that
Yeah,
detailed.
it's too,
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
just
too,
my brushes are only so big.
you'd never see it.
So that's
Alright.
just the beginning. Let's get a little more white in here. And then a little black for that area that has the little. Okay. I'll tweak that in a little bit. Make it a little wider too. Needs to be a little wider, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
You aren't?
Not on screen.
Not on screen. Later, you're like, T, you need to go a little
I think you
wider
should
on the
tweak it.
lighthouse. That's fine. I saw it because, you know, sometimes you step back and that's when you go, oh, let me tweak this or that a little bit more. That's all. It's all about progress. Much better. That's a crow. Keep hesitating when I put my
You should.
when I go to dip my water, I should. That's funny. Let's go a little bit wider here. That's a little bit better. So I can always work on that a little bit, but I'm gonna take a break from that area. And let's see. Let's work on a little bit of the grass. Some of these, I'll go 5 more minutes so you guys can.
Which grass are you gonna work on?
I think in here, it's really pretty colors going on. Lighter, darker. It's
Okay.
gonna kind of, you know, a lot of these really wet. So my brush is like, ooh. Isn't that cool? Going every which way. And I'm going to layer all of this with different greens and And these colors are very muted on this, but it's very colorful with the different greens and whatnot mixed in with these. This is really good because it's a long brush and it kind of, you know, has a little give. And I can go a little darker if I want. Let's get a little darker. Here. I'm going to go in a little darker brown, mix the brown in. Brown and a little raw sienna. I didn't get into any of that area back there yet, but I will.
No, that's a different day.
Yeah, it's a totally different day. I'm going to get a couple of these tall reeds in here just for fun. And then we'll continue on. Here. These go way up. I'm not going to commit to all of them yet because I still have more work in there I want to do, but it's coming along. Even got some like a little leaf here. Back up a little bit. There you go. Let's get some green in here. See all this stuff going on in here. All those crickets out there making quite a bit of noise.
Yes, they are.
Right?
Yeah, that's a lot of noise.
I don't know where we got
Did that just kick in, or
Yeah, it
have
just
I
kicked in.
not noticed that?
No, they all just, it's like they're all having a party out there now.
So the plane that's doing that? The plane flew over and they went nuts.
I don't know. Question. I will do the reflection of these when I'm ready, but I'm not quite ready to put the reflection going that way. But I will. No worries. Just kind of getting some color in there. Okay. Now the little bits, I could go on and on, but
Yes, you could.
we've got little dark areas in the actual water of like, oh, what is that? Like all that stuff sticking up.
It's just like moss and just
Yeah.
pond junk.
Yeah, so you can put all that little stuff in there. It's got like texture to it, so that's what I was Kind of just floats on top of the water, eh? Kind of. It's all good. It adds texture to the whole painting too, you know, like all this stuff floating there is like, it's pretty cool. It adds dimension and texture. It's really fun. And my brush is somewhat dry. I'm not getting it as wet as when I did the reeds or whatever grass. I made it very wet so that I could just kind of, whew. This I'm going just a little more with the edge of my brush. It's kind of dry, so it makes it more texture feel. Don't ask me why. It's just what I felt. There. Somewhere I'll put the gator in eventually. You just kind of scribble it across, if that's a word.
Scribble it across?
Scrub it across.
Scrub it across?
Scribble, scrubble.
Scrubble? Well, scrubble it. That's a painting term.
Yeah, it's my own term.
It's Theresa's dictionary of painting terms. You got a couple of them.
There. So that's a little bit of this and that. So what I'm going to do, since we're past half an hour, I think we're probably at 40 minutes.
Close.
Don't want to overwhelm anybody, but I'm glad that you came and joined me today. You can kind of back up and see how it's progressing. And I have a lot more to go, obviously. But thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow or somewhere down a few days later, we'll pick a day. I'm going to work more on the bridge in here. This blue will be gone, and I'll be putting in the bridge and working a lot more on the detail. I know that they have this really cool moss hanging from the trees back there, so I'll be working on that and tweaking it. And thank you so much for joining me and watching the progress of my live paint. And if you're interested to have a painting done, we have a special going on that my husband will put in the link above, and you can click on and learn more about that if you have a special photograph you've taken and you want to make it into a piece of artwork. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow.